All right, we live, baby. Oh shit! Is it man live? What up? My bad. Yeah, shit was mad loud. Holy fuck! All right, guys, this is EP 28 Off the Clock podcast. We got a special guest today, a friend, a foe, family friend. Shout out to Brian. He couldn't be here today. He probably be in a little later. Little family business going on with him. You want to introduce yourself a little bit before we get going?
Yes. What's going on? My name is Vo. I'm a rapper, singer, dancer, songwriter out of Connecticut. I've been here for a while. I've been here since I was 7 years old, so I kind of claim CT. But I was born in New Jersey. So right now, I'm just starting my business off. It's hard, branding, getting myself right, hopefully to take it to the next level real soon.
You mentioned business as in like what are you trying to do, like a clothing brand or something?
No. Well, what a lot of people don't understand is that music is a business, and a brand is a business. So starting a brand is really difficult, right? Because you got to find something that people want to buy, right? So it's different in the light of like I'm not selling like actual merchandise. I am my brand.
Oh shit!
You know what I mean?
You know what's funny too? I just learned about like trademarking like not too long ago. Like I heard like, you know how like we're Off the Clock podcast, right? Let's say like there's a company out there that's called Off the Clock, and if they trademark it like legally by like the state, like got a lawyer and all that they could legally sue us. So I could get certified by by Connecticut to own the name, but it's not trademarked under me. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get what you're talking
like
about.
You got that. I just learned that shit the other day, type shit. And that's why my plumbing company ended up changing their name. We're not even Alpha no more.
You're not even what?
We're not Alpha no more. Alpha Home Services. You know how like we're not Alpha no more. We just changed it. I'm not gonna say the name yet, but we're dropping the name soon. But we trademarked the next name, so now we like legally own that name. Gotcha. You know what I mean? So if we see anybody with that name, I'm suing. But we're suing.
Get some money.
Exactly. So I just learned about that the other day, which is weird that's the thing about it's weird, bro. Like there's so much to it. You know what I mean? And I would have loved to went to business school to learn more about it, but.
Business is a bunch of big dog eat little dog. That's what
yeah,
it
exactly,
is. It's
bro,
really
exactly.
what it is. Like people will snake you at the top. Like they know you're a business just starting off, and just because they can, they'll snake you. That's why the trademarking is so important, because businesses will sue you for everything you have. Yeah, and they already have billions, but they'll still sue you for everything.
Just because the fact they own the name, they know. You know what I mean? They'll win the case, whatever the case is. Well, fuck y'all. By the way, I will trademark this name one day. It costs like thousands of dollars, though. Like you got to get a lawyer, you got to take it to court, you got to make sure nobody else has trademarked it. Like it's so much, but if I had the money, I'd do it. You feel me?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you mentioned music. I don't know if you've seen our other podcast with Cam Fletch and Marcus.
I did.
He was a producer and a singer. Yep. So I'm glad that you're on here. Did you relate to them in any sense? I don't know if like you actually watched it. You don't gotta lie to me, but
it's a little nah. I seen like I didn't
clips,
see like the actual video yet, but I seen the clips. Yeah, exactly. It's difficult because obviously it's no secret that I'm gay, right? I'm part of the LGBTQIA plus community, the alphabet community.
We support over 110%.
Thank you, I appreciate it. So it's a little bit different because we have to come at it as an artist. I have to come at it in a completely different angle.
What you mean, like as a so when you mentioned approach it different, like in the sense of not being gay different, or just like more masculine? You know what I mean?
No, because my entire brand is against the roles of gender in general. Like for instance, like. There's no set amount of femininity that a woman has to be, and there's no set amount of masculinity that a man has to be in order to be those things. You understand? Okay. So, for instance, we have this standard in society where a woman has to be a certain level of beautiful, right, in order to be considered, the standard of beauty. Okay, yeah. And then we have men, on the man side, on the male spectrum, we have like this standard of like money that you have to meet in order to be accepted as like, an alpha man or like the standard of man, right? A quality man. Right?
I'm glad you said that. So obviously coming from two men right now, this generation of age of women who seek men with money, is that something that you seek or?
I think everybody seeks money.
You know what I mean? Though, like, all right, if we don't got money, I don't want to be with him type shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, is that something that you that you're interested in
being honest,
just from like this generation of women who see it that way? Like, do you? I'm actually like, do you think like a woman today?
Yes.
Okay.
I absolutely. I mean, but there's no, but that's a tricky question because there's no one way a woman thinks, right? Just like there's no one way a man thinks. So, for instance, you said, do you think like a woman? Well, there's women who don't think like that at all. There's women who don't need a man who has money.
There's women out there, and shout out to Boss Lady. I don't know if you've seen that episode. She got her shit together, bro.
Right.
She thinks like a nigga. No,
right.
I love that shit.
You should.
Yeah, and I love that shit.
Should.
I feel like that's rare though. You got what I'm saying? Real rare.
I think we're also talking, and that's what I'm saying. There's no set way that a woman thinks. Because we're also, when you talk about women who say, in order for them to be with a man, he has to have money. Yeah. I think we're leaning over to like the bad bitch aesthetic kind of vibe of woman.
Okay.
Who's I'm a bad bitch. He needs to pay for my hair. He needs to pay for my nails.
Which is okay. Like I would love to like support my woman, like spoil my woman. You got what I'm saying? But when it comes to that mentality of, all right, you have to do this just because I'm a woman, and like, nah, like I don't agree with that. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I asked you, like, is that something that, you seek towards?
To be completely honest with you, if I'm being straight, the niggas that I have messed with, that's never really a discussion. So,
of course,
because I make my own money and I make good money, I have my two careers, and then I have a part-time job on top of that. The people that I deal with, they see that, and they already see that I kind of have my own shit. You know what I mean? So they're not, it's not like I'm asking for them to do anything. So again, this is where we get back and we digress to that statement, do you think like a woman? Mm-hmm. Well, yes, but again, what kind of woman are we talking about? Because the type of woman I think like is like my mother. My mother's always been independent. She's always had her own thing. So anything that a man gave to her or wanted to do for her was just extra. And usually the men that she did deal with, they did so much for her because they already knew that she could do it by herself. You know what I mean? It kind of made them want to do more for her because they knew that she could do it alone regardless. So it's kind of attractive to some men. So the type of mindset
independency is attractive to men.
To some men.
No, I agree with you 110%. Like independency is very attractive to me.
Right.
Like I could meet a beautiful girl today, and it might sound fucked up. It might sound fucked up. I could meet a beautiful girl today when we're clicking on a level where I'm like, I bet I could do this, but she's like not independent, and that shit turns me off instantly. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I'm such an independent person, and like I everything I got my own. So it's like, why would I belittle myself for that? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to build a bear. You feel me? Like I don't got time for that shit. I don't want to build a bitch. Like you feel me?
Nah, that's a fact. But the thing about it is, what kind of independence are we talking about? Right? So are we talking about financial independence, emotional independence?
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like financially, sorry. Like anybody could get to the bag. You get what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. You work at McDonald's. That's fine with me. As long as you're getting to the money, you get what I'm saying. But independency, as in like mentally, physically, emotionally, you know what I mean. Like financially, well, obviously, it's gonna to an extent it could be financially because like, why would you want to work at McDonald's for the rest of your life? What are you seeking after that? Are you seeking to go back to school? Are you seeking college? Are you seeking a degree? Are you working towards something while working at McDonald's? You know what I mean? Like, are you nursing major or something?
Right.
You're working at McDonald's just for a part-time just to get to the money so you get to where you want to go today. Right. You get what I'm saying? So it's things like that. But like when I meet somebody who's stagnant with life and don't know what the fuck they want, then
right.
And I feel like, I'm just to reverse the roles a little bit, I feel like men like that shit though. Certain men with the moolah, you know what I mean? Like a woman who is stagnant, just a controller.
Yes.
That's how I think. That's how I see it. Like, all right, she's like that. All right, I got the money. I have the pension relationships. I'm going to control her. I disagree with that 110%. I feel like it shouldn't be like that. So I just reverse the roles. You get what I'm saying?
No, and I think...
it could be other way around as well. Like, and I've met women who have money and like to date niggas on that type of timing who will work at McDonald's, stagnant with life, want a kid, deadbeat. So it's like
I don't think like that woman.
But you get what I'm saying though. So like
I don't think like that
woman. It's a cruel world, bro. But I've done witness that. I've seen it. I've had conversations with women that think like that, and it's disgusting.
Yeah.
To be real with you, like.
There's absolutely no way. Now I'm in my late 20s. I'm 27. There's absolutely no. Fuck you.
Fuck you, bro.
Fuck you.
I do it to all my guests. I do it to all my guests, bro.
Oh.
It's a thing we do. It's a thing we do.
There's no way at 27 I'm dating a man that's working at fast food.
Why?
A fast food restaurant.
Why?
Absolutely not.
Today?
Why? Right now. If I don't give a fuck. I'm just not doing
Why?
it.
What if? All right. So let's say one day you're in the drive-thru, you look over and you're like, oh shit, that's a handsome looking man, and yeah, I get to know each other. You feel me? And like you feel like he's the one, but he's still working at McDonald's.
Anything could be attractive. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm attractive.
But attractive gets you through the door.
No, not this door.
You don't think like a woman.
Not this door. Not this door.
All right, so that's a good conversation. So it's like, so why wouldn't you though? Like, what the thing is now I feel like you're being judgmental now.
Carry on.
So, yo, no filter. Yo, bro got no filter. Which I respect it. But so the thing is, what if like he has like he's going to school to be a lawyer though? Behind that, you don't even know it.
You gotta let me know it.
But how? But that's the thing. But how?
But
how? You just say you wouldn't put yourself in that predicament though. So how would you even know?
I mean, to be completely honest, whether a guy is attractive at McDonald's or Taco Bell or wherever, he can be as attractive as he wants right there.
110%.
He can be attractive as he wants right there. My thing is, I work so hard to get where I am in life. I want a man that's where I'm at. If not, he needs to have more than me or just as much.
So it's a yes or no world. So I agree with you, but I disagree with you.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I appreciate it.
110%. This is what the podcast is about. So again, like I stated, you wouldn't know if he's going to be a lawyer. He's going to school to be a lawyer, and he's making $500K a year one day.
Right. And
you're saying that you wouldn't put yourself in that predicament, which is again, it's just fine. I think the same way to an extent. You get what I'm saying? And like I just said, it all boils down to what are you working towards. So you think you wouldn't want to even like open up to that person to get to at least know the person to find out what is their goals and ambitions. Like I said, physical appearance gets you through the door, and it may not be with you, but it is with me. She's a good looking woman. I'm like, all right, bet, like let's do this.
But it's different for men. It's different for males looking for women than.
But I'm a man.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. But it's
so
different.
You saying it's different from
the
you looking for
perspective of a straight man looking for a woman,
and now
as opposed
so you're
to
saying as a gay man looking for
a man, because I look for I guess it also depends on your definition of masculinity. And again, this is all perspective, right? So it's all subjective.
Yeah.
To who's looking at it. But my definition of masculinity is the old school definition of masculinity: provides, protects, and kind of holds it down. You know what I mean?
So you like a masculine man?
Yeah, absolutely. He can't look like me at all. Like, and not the least.
Like that.
Yeah. So actually, what people don't know is like the last 3 guys that I dated were all in the military. They were all about like 5'11" to 6 foot in the force. Like I'm talking about like the police force. So that's what I look for.
Bro just built his own nigga.
Well, no, I attract what I want. See, because they
say you attract what you fear.
Really? I was about to say something wild as fuck.
Oh shit! Nah. Let's keep it on a.
Yeah, we'll keep it a little PG.
Yeah.
But
that's interesting though.
Right, because so this goes back to the McDonald's question, right?
Yeah.
If I'm entertaining men at McDonald's, if I'm entertaining men at McDonald's, I'm not leaving this section open for the men that I actually want.
So you think you would be belittling yourself?
Absolutely.
I agree though. That's the thing.
Absolutely.
I agree 110%. But there's always that one person though. You never. But the thing, my thing is you never know.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Maybe.
Yeah, because that person might tomorrow blow up and now he's a millionaire and
so,
he doesn't work at McDonald's anymore.
So let me ask you this. Are you in a relationship today?
I'm in a couple relationships today.
What the fuck?
I'm in a couple situationships today.
What the fuck? Is that a normal thing today? Be honest with me. Because I was in a few, but.
It's not a normal
back
thing
back in the day though.
Yeah, no, it's not a normal thing for me. I think I spent most of my life trying to be like in this committed relationship, and I think where we fuck up at is that everybody just wants to jump to commitment, and nobody wants to build the bond first.
You know what I call that?
What?
So I had a good conversation with a friend the other night. I call it soul ties.
Soul ties?
Yeah, let me explain to you though. Mm-hmm. So my last church service was about sex, which is crazy. And actually, they made a valid statement. Obviously, I don't believe in wait till marriage, none of that celibacy shit. I don't believe in that shit. But I do believe in soul ties. So what they pretty much stated was when you have sex with somebody, you're obviously giving a piece of you to somebody.
Correct.
And that's making a soul tie. You know what I mean? So how I put it, how I saw it and how I seen it in my own perspective is, okay, I meet this one girl. I really like her, but I already had sex with this so-and-so woman. So I created multiple soul ties. So how I seen it is I'm looking for that soul tie in her. You know what I mean?
In the next girl.
But I can't find it, so that's what attracts me back to that old soul tie. You get what I'm saying? Let's say that doesn't work. So all right, bet. So I'm going bouncing right back to that soul tie. I may not have feelings for this girl at all. No emotional connection at all.
So how did you make a soul tie with her?
By having sex. It's a bond. So I'm big on spiritual.
Right, me too.
You know what I mean? You have sex with somebody, you're making a bond with each other. 110%.
That's not true.
Why you think that?
Now, I believe in soul ties, but I don't believe every
you're
person
giving,
that you have sex
you're
with
giving
you
a
make soul tie
piece to you. You may, that's the thing. They in the service they stated you may not even know it, but it's happening. You know what I mean? So why is it you think that?
Because I feel like to create a soul tie, there needs to be some level of emotional connection.
And that's the thing.
You may have not even felt anything.
That's the thing, though. That's how I used to think.
Right.
That's how I used to think.
Oh,
but did you ever catch yourself going back to somebody that you had sex with in the past?
All the time.
Soul tie. That's what it is.
Right.
It's a soul tie. Because you already had that experience. So, all right, bet. Like, let's have it again. But there's no emotional connection there.
Every time I went back there, it was because I had an emotional.
Oh shit! So like you see it different then, but yeah. I see it as because don't get me wrong. Like I've had sex with women, I just had no like emotional connection towards them.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we built that, so the sex would be amazing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's the thing. So exactly. So how I'm seeing is like it's a soul tie. I'm just saying like it's a bond. You know what I mean? Like you ever seen the movie Avatar?
Yes.
With the blue motherfuckers, and they bond. They bonded.
It's called the Halo.
Halo. So I seen that as a soul tie. It's because they went to a spiritual tree. They bonded at the spiritual tree, so they pretty much bonded as a soul tie. But
absolutely, but that was an emotional connection too, though, and a spiritual one, like you said.
When you put it like that, 110%.
It was an emotional connection. I feel like I would have never the type of person that I am now. Like I'm a player. Like I could have been married.
You heard it here first on Off the Clock podcast.
You heard it here first, baby.
Let's hope your other guys don't see this.
I don't care, and they don't care neither. Because the fact of the matter is, right? The fact of the matter is, when you tell people, this is the problem with the society. Nobody tells people the truth.
Oh no! I'll be real with a female today, 110%.
Yes, but that's 110%. The thing. None of the guys that I mess with can be mad at me because I've already let them know what it is from the beginning.
The boundary.
The boundary. I am not looking for a relationship. I am really just looking for somebody to go on dinner dates with, go to the movies, go on vacation, watch Netflix, eat pizza and French fries, and do stuff like that.
Bro,
but I'm not looking.
But that's a relationship.
So but it's not a committed relationship. So there's no label.
Don't you think that you would end up having emotional baggage?
Who?
You.
No.
Just from messing with multiple men and doing all those things with multiple men, don't you think you would just be like, when you finally meet somebody you really like, you just be so fucking confused?
No, because it's called dating. And that's the thing. I think we're skipping this piece in our relationships. Nobody's dating anymore. You should be dating to find out what you actually like. If everybody's just hopping into committed relationships with the first person that they fucking meet, then you're not actually letting yourself explore and see what is out there for you. Like, I'm young still. I mean, I'm 27, but I'm still young. There's still so many things that I haven't experienced yet. Why am I tying myself down? You know what I mean? Why? Mm-hmm. Because society says I'm getting to the age that I need to? I should be? Like, no, I want to continue to explore and see what's out there. And then whatever guy is willing to wait for me, then that's completely his choice. But he's not obligated to do that.
I don't think anybody's obligated to wait.
Exactly.
110%.
But then, you get into arguments with them, and they be like, "Oh,
See,
but
why,
you got
right,
me."
That's where I disagree with you as a dating aspect of multiple people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in dating multiple people.
Okay.
I'm a guy that likes one and one only. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
But then it all boils down to also like I'll be real with a woman. So like it wasn't recently, but it was recently. There, I had I guess you want to call friends with benefits. Like one day we spoke, I sat down and spoke to her. I was like, dude, like I don't see myself with you, but I like what we have. I would like to continue it, but it'll only be you and only you because I don't believe in having sex with multiple women. Mm-hmm. That's just not the type of guy I am.
Dating doesn't always mean having sex.
No, I agree with you, but it was just only sex with me and her. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it was never on a dating aspect. So when you say like, excuse me, you're dating, but you're not building that tie with them. So you're not actually like having that physical, attachment to them. You know what I mean?
Not with all of them.
Not with all of them, but it's a majority.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
So let me let you into even gay life.
No, it's because it's interesting, like to see how like other people think. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So like I'm intrigued on how because I never had somebody sat in front of me and think the way you think. You get what I'm saying?
Right, absolutely.
Coming from two men, but it's like the thing is that I'm straight and you're gay, so it's like it's different. So I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
Not only am I straight and you're gay, but you're straight and I'm a feminine gay. So we're absolutely gonna. Are
those two different things?
Yeah, because
being masculine, gay, and feminine.
Yes, those are two different things.
Yeah,
those are two totally different things, and we think two totally different ways.
Is that so? Okay, because it's just explain more to me. Because like I said, I don't fucking understand it.
Right. So, like for instance, I could be dealing with somebody.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean that I have to have sex with that person, right? Or that I'm having whoever I'm dating doesn't necessarily mean that I'm having sex with those people. Yeah. Now, I'm a sexually liberated person, so if I want to have sex, I will. Yeah. But that doesn't necessarily mean that every guy that I'm dating I want to have sex with. Some guys are just good some guys are really good cooks. I go over their house, they like to cook. They like to cook dinner, they have wine, they have the candles. Yeah. Cool. You know what I mean? Some guys are good for like going on vacation with because they pay for their vacations. And you know what I mean? So that doesn't always necessarily mean that I'm having sex with them. And a lot of people, and especially a lot of the females, and I know because I hang out with nothing but females, we will have all these niggas and really be only fucking one of them. And that's a fact. We will have all these men that we may be dealing with in our inbox that we're entertaining, and we will only be actually sleeping with one. And the other ones think that they might one day get something. Okay. And they never do, but you just keep kind of
just like accepting it, just going with the flow.
Yeah, and but the thing is, I don't know about, my friends and stuff, but I know that I'm very clear.
You do know about them.
I do, but I'm not gonna throw them under the bus.
Fucking my podcast, bro.
Right? Because everybody knows who my friends are, so I can't say nothing because they already gonna know.
Just the community do.
Right.
Other than that, nobody else do. We got a good fan base. Okay. Believe it or not, our main fan base, I think, is in Hartford, Hartford area, Hartford and Jersey.
Hartford
they support everything. A lot. So Hartford supports a lot. And shout out to Hartford. Like every time I look at our stats, is Hartford. I'm like, damn, I fuck with y'all. Now you're my own town, like up there. You feel me? Sorry to cut you off, though.
No, but that's just really where that goes. At the end of the day, we can be messing with however many people we want, but the only person and that's that soul tie, right? That's the person that we continue to have sex with because that's who we.
But you would never have a relationship with that soul tie.
Maybe someday, but not right now.
So, okay. Hold up. I'm going to pick your brain a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, all right. So, you're having this soul tie. The guy you're having sex with, you're going back to. But then you're still dating other men.
Correct.
Okay. So, how would you ever think a relationship with this man would be so successful if you're still, you know what I mean? If you're really obviously you said, all right, so you said you got to be emotionally connected. If you're emotionally connected, means you like that guy.
Right.
So how you think that will ever work if you're still dating other men? Is it that you seek different like perspective of men, or is this something he doesn't have that this man does, and you want it in him, but you don't see it in him, so you go to this man? Does he not take you on vacation? You don't take her on vacation. Is that what it is? This motherfucker don't take her on vacation. Yo, take him on vacation, bro. Come on.
It's more of a thing where
excuse me.
Yes, I may like this guy, but I date other men because I may like another man more than I like this guy. I don't know. But in my life right now, I think personally for me though, in my life right now, I'm so busy. Like I work
110%.
literally 6 days a week.
Kudos to you, bro, for sure, because you
Thank
gotta
you.
stay busy. You gotta stay busy all the time.
I'm so busy, and like I have I literally work 6 days a week, and then I have my 2 careers, and then I work a part-time job. Then when I'm not doing that, I'm in the studio. And then when I'm not doing that, I want to have fun. So I'm out with my girlfriends. I really don't have time for a relationship anyway.
And that's where I stand with you, brother. Like that's me right now. I'm too busy with life that I don't think I can even make time for a female to them.
Right, which is why I date. Because I can make time to go on a lunch date. I can take time to go on a dinner date, go to the movies. You know what I mean? I can make time in my schedule to do things like that. But to have a full out boyfriend who I have to like, you know what I mean? Like I gotta worry about how he's feeling, what he's doing.
It's an investment.
Damn, I haven't
It's
seen
an investment.
him.
It's a whole other investment.
Yeah,
Once
it's an
something
entire
you can't afford.
commitment,
Yep.
and I can't
You
afford to do that.
And I
Right
agree.
now.
And that's where I agree with you on 110%. So now let's get into music. How long you been what you rap, right?
Mm-hmm.
I seen a few. You do have some. You're lyrical. I've seen some videos
Thank you.
posted. You're lyrical. How's that coming? Like, do you work with any producers? Have you ever did a collab with anybody like that's big today, or what's that looking like?
Yeah, so actually 2 years ago, I signed to Avere Inc., and Avere Inc. is a company, obviously a label, and it's a sub-label of Empire and Universal. And I signed to them, and things kind of went quiet after I signed to them for a little bit because my manager, who was also, his name is Avere, shout out to Avere Inc.
Shout out to Avere Inc.
My manager was kind of getting things in line for me, and there was just a lot of stuff. And again, it all leads back to the fact that the plan that I have to have, it has to be so intricate and it has to be executed so perfectly because I am a gay man and I rap. So it's a completely different, and now the landscape has been open because, you know, you have Lil Nas X and we have Saucy Santana and we have these homosexual men rapping in the game now. But a lot of them had kind of like, what's that? They were grandfathered in, right? So like Saucy, he's, you know, shout out to him. He's been making waves in the industry,
Yeah.
But no, you know, he had that connection through Carisha, who is Young Miami. And he had that in there, right? Right now, I'm coming from the bottom. I don't have it in. I don't have nobody to grandfather me in. I don't have no big names in the industry to co-sign me. So with that being said, like I said, the plan has to be so intricate and it has to be executed so perfectly because I am coming from the bottom and I'm actually spitting. Like I'm not doing any gimmicky stuff. I'm actually
you be
spitting.
Nah, like I said, I've seen a few of your videos, but you're lyrical as fuck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So when you say you gotta approach it in a different aspect of when becoming a rapper, is it like more of a like you gotta approach it in a different way to like being more masculine when it comes to rapping?
No, it's
or
more.
Is it that you fear that somebody's gonna backlash you for being gay and you're rapping like a nigga type shit? You know what I mean?
Right.
No disrespect at all.
No, absolutely. When I say we have to kind of put a spin on it, I mean it doesn't have anything to do with my appearance. It has everything to do with the way that I carry myself in general, right? So it's not that I can't be as big as I am, or I can't be as, because I have a personality and my personality is explosive. You know what I mean?
As fuck. As fuck.
I'm aware. But it's not that I can't be any of those things. It's more I have to kind of find a way to package myself, again, because I'm a brand, right? I have to find a way to package myself in a way that people can swallow me. And this is what I mean. Where people
my
intrusive
thoughts is like, what the fuck is bro talking about?
Pause. Where people can kind of like, because I think the world in general has become very tolerant of
This world is cruel, bro.
homosexuals. It is cruel, but
Cruel
they've
as fuck.
also been very tolerant, I think, of the LGBTQIA+ community. And when coming into this game, I just need to be a little bit more mindful of the way that I move, because me wanting to be, because I'm not coming into this game to just make one hit. I'm coming into this game to be the best homosexual rapper that ever fucking did it. You know what I mean? And I stamped that today on Off the Clock podcast. I coming into this game to be one of the best homosexual rappers in the game that ever did it. And just take it to a whole different extent. So I have to be mindful. I have to be mindful of kids. I need to make sure that I'm not giving the wrong, picture, the wrong, message to children, and where kind of other homosexual rappers in the game don't have that. Okay. You know what I mean? And haven't done that, and haven't taken that into consideration.
So I had another question for you. Do you have any albums out? What do you post on like Apple, Spotify, or something?
Right. So I have a slew of singles. And until
promote. I'm not gonna ask for no money. Promote.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a slew of singles. They're all on Apple Music. I have they're also on Spotify. I have a lot of freestyles that I did in the studio. They're all on SoundCloud. Okay. And then I have all my videos that are on YouTube that I've made thus far.
I didn't even know you post on YouTube.
Yeah, I post on YouTube. So I have stemming all the way back to Conceited by Remy Ma. I did a freestyle for that. Recently, I
remember that one.
Yeah, it was so long ago, and it was kind of like the thing. And the crazy part about it is, out of all my music that I posted, that shit gets the most traction.
Yeah, I think I remember that. I think you actually went crazy on that one. I remember. Yeah. Did you post on Instagram first?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I know what you're talking about.
I post everything on Instagram because that's where I get most of my traction.
Yeah, that's where all our traction comes from. Right. Instagram.
So people go from my Instagram to everywhere else to find stuff. But Instagram has also been very difficult in getting into that, because you're also a business owner.
It's hard.
It's hard.
You know why? I'm thinking about this shit like last night, like. Prime example, I used to go out, before the podcast, we used to go out and I used to get drunk, shit faced. I used to act like a fool. I know, now if I do that, I feel no, I don't do that now only because of the podcast. Because I know if I was to go out and get drunk, how I used to, it'll be so bad on the brand itself. Who's gonna? Because you're a product. You are your product. Like you just said, you are your product. So it's if I act away in public, who's gonna want to fucking watch my podcast? Right. You know what I mean? And every time I go out, it's yo, I watch your podcast. So it's how can I be drunk, have somebody come up to me saying that, and I'm just mumbling. How does that look? You know what I mean? So I agree with you on that aspect. So you said you post on Apple, Spotify, whole 9 yards, and Conceited was your biggest hit. How much views you got on that?
Well, on SoundCloud, I got tens of thousands of plays on SoundCloud. Off that song. And to this day, I think somebody literally just liked it the other day. People are
so it's still getting traction.
Yeah, it's still getting traction. It's insane. And then I have See the Hate, that is my highest streamed song on Spotify and Apple Music. It had 175,000 streams. Oh, sure. So it did pretty well. Made me a little bit of money. Not a lot. Streaming does not make you a lot of money at all.
Hey, as long as you make something, you know what I mean?
Right.
That alone is an accomplishment. The moment I make something on YouTube, or even if it's a penny, I bet, let's do this.
Right, absolutely. Streaming really only matters for the people who are getting millions of streams, because that's when the money starts to add up. I mean, it's still an accomplishment because, like I said, with all the artists in the world that are trying to push their music, it's really difficult.
You're organic.
Organically, right, exactly, with no bots. Yeah,
and shout out to Cam Fletch. He mentioned that a lot of artists today buy for that number one. Yeah. And Cam Fletch actually made number one without organically. And shout out to Cam Fletch. He made number one on Apple Music organically off his album. He's not a rapper, and he's just a producer, but he had people on there in his album that went number one, I think, last year.
That's what's up.
Organic, and I shout out to Karen Fletch, man. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would like you guys connect one day. He has his own studio and all that. He's out of Meriden, bro.
For real?
Yeah, it's funny. I met him on a plumbing job. I went to do plumbing for him, and I'm walking down, and I'm like, yo, you famous or something, bro? Because it looked like an official studio. He's like, nah, I'm just a producer. He's not a third. I'm like, bro, this is official, bro. He has a studio. Built-in studio in his fucking basement. I'm like, dude, this shit's fire. Then we ended up connecting ever since. And he works with people people like you know what I mean? So I'd love to connect you guys one day. I'm gonna tune you guys in for sure.
Yeah,
and with Mark, bro, he's an amazing singer, bro. I would love you guys to do even a collab, because like I said, you guys from the same town, so why not want to see that?
Right.
And he worked with big artists, so why not want to get your name out there like that? You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta know your connection. I'm gonna connect you, motherfucker.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna connect you, motherfucker.
Plug me in, because I have
I'm gonna plug you in. I'm gonna send you the Instagram. I'm gonna plug you in for sure.
Out here, I have a producer. Well, in Connecticut, I have a producer. His name is Houston. Shout out to Houston. But he's all the way in Windsor, and sometimes traveling 40 minutes just to get in the stew be like, ugh. Like, that's so annoying, because then you think you gotta travel home. You know what I mean? So it's so far. But the thing that I noticed about just being here, and I actually was talking to my homegirl about this the other day, was obviously when we start out, you know, with our community. It's our community that's watching us. But you never realize until you get a business page. I never realized this before until I started my business page, that it's really your community of people that actually don't support you the way that they should. You know what I mean? Or the way that you maybe that you want them to. Maybe not the way that they should, but the way that you want them to.
Sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
It's sad. That's actually sad, 'cause I agree. No, it's happening like now. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the thing is, I want to change that. Like, I want to change that shit. Like, that's why, you know, I'm inviting multiple people from our community, and there's people that I've had on from our community that people don't even know about in our town. Like, how you not know Cam Fuller's a fucking producer in Meriden? Number 1 on Apple. Like, how nobody knew that? I didn't even know that. I'm like, damn, this is fucking sad, bro. Right. Because nobody supports. You got what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, obviously I have you here today, because like I said, we've been following each other for years. I'm like, all right, bet, like, let's have bro on. Right. Support a little bit. But what's your aspect on that of, like, people who don't support from your own town? Like, your opinion on it. Like, I don't care if you throw shots at anybody, because I don't give a fuck. At this point, like, niggas is crazy.
They're haters. Point blank, period. People are haters because...
Is that what you really think it is?
True. It's hate. It's hate. A major part of it is hate, and the other part of it is, like, I want to see where he gets first before I start supporting him. Because, for instance, when I did my Red Ruby to Sleaze video, and my Red Ruby to Sleaze video is out on YouTube right now. Go to my link in my bio, IamVote_.
We're gonna add your YouTube and your Instagram under the YouTube piece.
Oh, fire. Yep. I got, like, on Instagram, now mind you, I only have 4,000 followers.
5, I think.
No, it's 4,003 something.
No, I was probably got somebody else. My bad.
Working towards it.
We are too.
But most of the people on my Instagram, I'll be honest, like, I actually know. And now, you know, you get your analytics, you can see your insights and stuff on Instagram. Yeah. And that video on Instagram alone had like 11,000 plays, right? And of those of that reach, I think of my 4,000 followers, I reached like 3,000 something, if I'm remembering it correctly. Yeah. Of those 3,000 of my followers on that video, I got 200 likes. That is outrageous.
It'd be like that.
And you think about it, and you're like, what the fuck? And you don't realize it until you get into business, and you're like, well, what am I doing wrong? And then you realize you got to get out of your hometown. Your mentality has to go past your community, because when you're in your community, it's a bunch of people who have either tried this stuff that we're trying and have failed, so they don't want to see you succeed, or they're scared to try the things that we're trying, and so they don't want to see you succeed.
Yeah, so I started this podcast. Me and Brian started this podcast thinking, like, let's put the community on first. That was our mindset. Like, all right, let's fuck up the town first, and then let's see if we could expand. It's not like that at all. We noticed that, like, EP6. We noticed at EP6 that your community's not gonna be the one to get you to where you want to be at. No. Like I told you, our stats right now is Hartford. That's our highest viewing right now is Hartford. And that's surprising us. I don't know nobody from Hartford. I don't know nobody from Hartford. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, not even my own hometown is... I should have fucking millions right now from my own hometown. You know what I mean? Facts. Especially that we both been here since youngins, and we know pretty much almost everybody's like, damn, like, where's the support? You know what I mean? Like, not that I give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck. Because the moment me and you or whoever else who had this podcast hits that million mark, it's like, where were you at when... You know what I mean? EP1.
You wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
What am I, mother? Like, you see, that's how I see it. So that's what keeps me motivated is that hatred. Right. You can hate me all you want. I could have fucked your bitch. I don't give a fuck. You hate me for that? You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna change man today. Why not? You know what I mean? Like, I'm the type to support no matter who the fuck it is. Right. I support all small businesses. You know what I mean? Even my plumbing company is a small business.
Right.
You know what I mean? Support that to the fullest. Support you guys to the fullest. Everybody, because I'm here, I support them to the fullest. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what we need more of. And I think also Meriden is such a little city. And everybody knows everybody, so it becomes like this crabs in a, is it barrel or bucket? One of them, but it becomes like a crabs in a bucket mentality.
I think a barrel and a bucket is the same shit.
Yeah, it does. It's like everybody's clawing to get out of, this life and to get out of this city. And it's kind of like when they see somebody else maybe might having the potential to do it, it's like, no, motherfucker, get back here. We're not going to support you. We're not going to like this. Yeah. But they don't understand that in the end of everything, none of that matters because it's not anybody from your hometown that's going to put you on anyway.
110%. You
know what I mean? So when your podcast gets huge, I guarantee you it's not going to be anybody probably from even this state.
I like it that you said when, because it's going to happen.
Yes, absolutely.
I like that you said when.
You should always speak things into fruition.
Motherfuckers. Manifesting.
You should always speak things into fruition because at the end of the day, what you speak does come to pass.
I agree with you, brother. And I appreciate that for sure. So, and God bless you and success to you in your career.
Thank you.
Now, another question. Back to the community, the gay community as well. Again, we're big supporters. That's the reason why not one of those, but one of the reasons why I had you on today, because I want to show that us, Brian, as well, shout out to Brian, that we support that community as well.
Thank you.
Even if we get backlash, I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. Fuck those who hate. Fuck all y'all. You know what I mean? And we had it ready, like a little bit, like, yo, like why? Like, so, like, what the fuck? Like, bro, like, I'm here to show love and support. That's all it is. You feel me? I have no hate towards that shit at all. I have family members who are gay. Like, right. How can I hate you? Right. You know what I'm saying? Even those who discriminate is like, fuck yeah, 110%. But have you ever been in a situation where it's like you got like somebody came up to you was like, oh, like belittled you because you're gay?
Absolutely not. The fact of the matter, maybe when I was younger, but in my older years, let me tell you something. I fight. So I fight. I don't deal with none of that bullshit. I think I've calmed down immensely since college.
Yeah.
But I think people can tell by my aura. And I don't think that I'm scary. I don't aim to be scary. I don't aim to intimidate anybody. But people could tell by my aura that I'm not to be fucked with. Like, don't come up to me and say shit to me.
Gangsta.
Like, if I'm not bothering you, because I'm not one of those gays that do a lot. Like, if I'm going to the club, I get my section with my homegirls, and I be in my section by myself with my homegirls bopping. If you over there and your attention is over here, you the one that got the problem. There's something that maybe you need to reflect on and you need to analyze about yourself, homeboy, because you paying too much attention to me.
Gangsta.
But I don't do a lot. So for you to have a problem with me in any way, shape, or form, anywhere, wherever I may go or be, that's your personal issue that you have. Yeah. So as far as people coming up to me and belittling me, it doesn't happen because niggas already know that, like, I don't play that shit.
Flip the switch.
Like, I'll flip the whole shit off.
Let me take the weave off. Let me take my nails off.
Everything comes off. Yeah, because I think they forget that we are still men at the end of the day. And I think especially with me sometimes because I get so feminine and I'm so feminine, people think, well, I can't even say people think because honestly, nobody ever tries me like that.
Yeah, because I feel like you get real masculine.
I do.
I've seen it. Like we've been around each other, like from family and shit. I feel like you get real masculine. But how does that play in a role of you being feminine? You know what I mean? Like how do you flip the switch so quick to like, all right, I gotta get masculine.
Well, and let's take this somewhere else, right? So let's take, and I'm gonna get to that, but let's take this somewhere else because everything has a point.
Yeah.
So when you say, how do you get to be, how do you flip the script to be both of them? Yeah. And it's like, well, all of it is a construct, right? Okay. And femininity and masculinity exist in all species in different capacities, right? So there is no certain level of femininity that I should have as a man or a certain level of masculinity. Like, and this goes back to the beginning of the podcast where I said there's no level to it. Either you have it or you don't, and that's just up to you. Mm-hmm. But when we go to nature, right, because at the end of the day, we are just primitive beings with constructs that keep us civilized, right? Yeah. And I use that civilized term very loosely. But we are primitive beings that have constructs built around us to keep us civilized. Yeah. But when we look at species in the wild and we look at female, for instance, a female lion, female lions are aggressive as fuck. They are some of the most aggressive species on the face of the earth.
And biggest.
Right? And biggest, right. Yeah. Well, not biggest. Elephants are kind of the biggest.
Boy, we're talking about lions. So.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, so they are so aggressive, right? Nobody looks at a female lion and says, "How do you become so masculine when you get like that?" Right?
Yo, that's gangster. Like I really ain't think of it like that.
Nobody ever says that because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The rules that we've created as human beings to follow, they're kind of dissipating, and they're soon, not right now, I don't think in our lifetime, but probably in our kids or our grandkids' lifetime, they're not going to exist anymore. Because people are tired of you telling them, because you are a man, this is how you should act. And because you are a woman, this is how you should act. And because you're not feminine enough, you can't be a woman. And because you're not masculine enough, you can't be a man. People are saying, no. So when you ask me, why is it that, or how can you flip to being masculine so fast? Bitch, because I'm a fucking lion. That's why.
Bro's a fucking lion.
I'm a fucking lion, literally.
You just like, you opened me up because I never like pictured it like that. You're right, because you're 110% right. Fucking female lions aggressive as fuck. Mm-hmm. And you're right. Which is insane.
And only when you fuck with them. They're not aggressive in nature. They're only aggressive when you fuck with them or when they're hunting. Obviously, when they need to eat, they need to get what they need. But the male lion never asks the female lion, "God damn, why are you so aggressive? How did you become so masculine?" That shit doesn't exist. We made that shit up. You know what I mean?
It's human nature. It's human nature.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
No, it's not human nature. That shit is a construct. That
My
shit
bad.
is not human nature. We made it that way because that's what we wanted. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's part of nature. That is nature. What lions do, what elephants do, what giraffes do, what everything in nature does naturally is human nature. But just to get back to the, because I'm part of LGBTQIA+. I love my community.
For sure.
And so a big part of what I do is I like to educate people about actually who we are, because I think people have such a negative connotation behind homosexuality, and I blame that on ignorance, and I blame it on ignorance and on just hatred. Homosexuality, the one thing that you cannot say about homosexuality, and I think people have led with this.
Okay.
And I think people have led with this as a talking point for so long. Homosexuality cannot be unnatural if it exists in nature. And homosexuality exists in nature, right? So giraffes are homosexual, that have homosexual tendencies. There's species of whales that have homosexual tendencies. There's so many, What's going on?
Brian just walked in. Just say hi to the camera real quick.
Yo.
Hold up, brother.
How's it going, yo? Everything good?
Chilling.
Yo, you're missing out on a good conversation, bro. Look into you, my bad. Don't get all nervous now because he's here.
Right. No, so when we have this conversation, we got to be, if we're going to have the conversation, we got to have it the right way. So we can't say, okay, if you disagree with homosexuality, that's perfectly fine. But you can't call it unnatural if it exists in nature, because I think people think that we are so far from that prime version of ourselves, which is nature, right, and the wild and things of that nature, that we think we're so above it, and we're not. But we cannot say that homosexuality is unnatural if it exists in nature. And I know I keep repeating myself because I want people to understand that. Yeah. Like, you can't call it unnatural. You could say you don't agree with it, and I respect and I accept that people sometimes don't agree with my lifestyle, but that's all right, because my lifestyle isn't meant for you to agree with it. You know what I mean? My lifestyle is meant for me. My lifestyle is meant for, my happiness and my happiness alone. There's a lot of lifestyles I don't agree with, right? I don't agree with you motherfuckers walking around here with no money in your pockets, like some bums. You feel me?
Yo, the first conversation was you leave. You got here now.
Yeah, I don't agree with that shit.
Oh, I did format it. How long was it?
I don't know when we stopped, but you're good. I just finished deleting all the videos.
Oh, yeah, good. Not good.
I don't agree with that lifestyle. I don't agree with a lot of you chicks having several kids by several baby fathers, and you can't afford none of them goddamn kids. I don't agree with that lifestyle, because that affects me, right? That affects my pockets. That comes out of my taxes. What I do with my lifestyle doesn't affect you in any way. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think that it's important that we all give each other a little bit of grace, because we all are, just spiritual beings living a human existence. Yeah. You know what I mean? So if I don't judge you for the shit that you do that actually affects people, then who do you think you are to judge me for what I do when what I do only affects me.
That's real shit. That's a real right there. So when it comes to a setting where like let's say you're in a setting where like, all right, you think this guy's cute, so you approach him, but he's
I
not.
don't approach no man.
Okay, damn. So that's fuck that question.
That is
then.
completely.
So
out.
you're saying that men today?
approach no man.
Have you ever had a straight guy come up to you?
All the time. Shout out to Shanice for being my bodyguard
Wait,
the time.
How's that work? How does that go? How's that process goes?
9 times out of 10, I am always doing straight shit, like in straight clubs. First of all, because Connecticut doesn't really have any gay spaces. That's one.
Yeah.
And 2, right, which I'm not doing because I like to get drunk, and I'm the one that's always driving. I'm lying. Shanice is gonna kick my ass. Shanice is always driving, but she likes to drink. She likes to drink now too.
Shout out to Shanice, man. Miss you guys.
But I'm always in straight spaces, and 9 times out of 10 that I'm in straight spaces, I'm always fully decked out. I got my wig on, I got my heels on, I got everything. I'm super feminine, super like in that element. And there's times, like I remember one time we were at like a strip club, and we were in like a section, and I guess this boy was like tugging at me. And I was like ignoring the fuck out of him, because I'm like, because things like this could go from 0 to 100 real quick if you're dealing with a guy who's not secure in his, in his sexuality. So I'm like looking at Shanice, and I'm like, yo, Shanice. I'm like, Shanice, tell him something, like get him off me, because he kept like tugging on me. And Shanice turns around, and she comes in my ear, and she's like, yo, they're all looking at you, like they all want you. And I'm like, Shanice, please. So I switch with Shanice, and he's still tugging. Now he starts tugging at Shanice. Right, he's like, get her. He's telling Shanice to get me. And Shanice is like, that's not a her. Like, it was so funny. Shanice is, that's not a her. And I'm like looking to the side, like, I'm just like, oh my fucking God. Because we were in Hartford. We were at, what was it, Minx? Was it Minx?
That's the strip club?
Yeah. For our homegirl's birthday. So I'm like in a super, like, I'm feeling like, oh, hell no. And, finally, he gets it, because the security guard, who obviously knew that I was a boy, was like, you gotta stop. Like, he came up to the guy and was like, you gotta stop. Like, that's not a girl. Like, and he's like, what you mean? Like, the guy was like, what you mean? And then he went back to his homeboys, and then I decided, I was like, Shanice, we gotta go. Like, I just want to go home now. So we left, and as we're walking out, they're all like looking at me like, and not like angry, but like,
is that really a nigga?
You're right. Is that really a nigga? And I'm like, oh, like, please don't let them try to come out to this parking lot. Get me in the fucking car. I don't got my gun.
I'm fucking dead.
But that happens like all
the time.
What do you even do in that scenario? Like, what if you're like attached to the person?
That was my question. Like, what if you're what if you're attracted to that person and they're not gay?
Well, if I'm in a straight space, I assume that everybody that's in the space is heterosexual. So even if I am attracted to somebody, or I think that somebody is attractive, I'm never going up to anybody. I think that that's super disrespectful, and I think that that's super intrusive. Because even if I think that the guy is gay for whatever reason, who said that he wants everybody in here to know that he's gay? You know what I mean?
Okay, so that means... So,
could you say, since I guess, obviously, you're homosexual, would you say that you could tell right off the bat if somebody is? I had my girl...
That's a good question.
My girl's best friend, she told me that he could tell, like off the bat what somebody is.
So Brian asked if he could tell that if somebody's homosexual, right? That was the question.
If I walk into the room, or if any other gay man, it doesn't have to be me, and a man gets upset, I wouldn't say he's homosexual.
Upset of what, though? Like, what aspect?
Like, there will be times where we'll walk into a room and a man will get uncomfortable and be like, why is he here? Or he'll start, like, making little...
Well, but that's obvious. Like, let's put it in a masculine way.
Whereas...
I don't know if that's a question. I think more so in the sense of, like, can you just read off of body language or certain things that people do? Specifically, like, maybe the way that somebody walks, the way somebody,
talks,
like moves or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, but I feel like that all boils down to be masculine, gay, or feminine. Because our conversation earlier was about masculine, feminine, gay. So it was like, how would you tell? Because obviously, if you're feminine, you're gonna have the physical appearance of, you could tell if he's gay. You know what I mean? But like,
being completely honest, I hate when people say I have a gaydar. I can tell
A gaydar.
when people are
What
gay.
is that? I never heard of that.
It's like this thing that people say. It's like a spidey senses is thing.
So niggas be like, all right, he's a gaydar. Like, is that really a thing? No. I'm like, I've never heard of something like that.
It is impossible in my life. Right, I have been shocked by the men that come into my DMs.
Shocked or shot?
Shocked.
Oh.
By like the men that come into my DMs.
All right, that question's coming.
Like I went to school with like when I was in college, there were so many guys that were like those kind of guys. Like I don't want to be around it. Blah 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 blah. After I graduated college, you would be fucking surprised. Like I used to be in my DMs like, no fucking way. No fucking way. And even today, I'm still in my DMs like, no fucking way. Shanice, look, Shanice. And we'll start fucking cracking up because...
Is one of them Tone? His name's Tone? I'm fucking with you. Wait,
the funny part is...
Tone, you're fucking gay.
No.
Nah, cause I don't know. Let me explain my story. Because I think it was like EP 26. We had a military man named Tone. It's funny because he likes military men, so it's like military man named Tone, and he was mad macho, and the way he was talking, I'm like, and I kept saying I kept asking if he's gay during the podcast because like, he was acting like about like he's 40 and single. So I'm like, are you gay, bro? Like if you want,
right?
So like that's why I asked him his Tone.
Yeah, we make assumptions based off
I was fucking with him. That was like being like disrespect. I was just fucking with him, but it was like a thing. Now it turned into a thing now.
Right?
Like, are you gay, Tone?
No. In Meriden specifically, I may have dealt with men probably in my early stages of life. But a lot of the men that were like popping when I was younger, when I was like 16, 17 years old, they're bums now. So like, even if they did come in my inbox, it would be like, boy, bye. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is your salary? Do you even have a salary job?
At what age did you notice you were gay?
Whew, that was when I was like 9 or 10. And I remember because, oh my God, because my mom had this friend and she used to live on Franklin Avenue and she had 2 sons. And I would go over there and I would always we would always play tag and stuff. Like we were young, we were kids.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was, but one day I just went home after playing with them and I went to my mom. I brought her into the bathroom. I looked her in the face and I didn't even tell her I was gay. I said, Mom, I'm bisexual, is what I said. And she looked at me and she was like, boy, do you even know what that means? And she was like, spell it. Right? She told me to spell it. And she was like, you can't even spell that shit. So what you're going to do is you're going to go wash your ass and you're going to go to sleep because you're dirty. And then, but the thing is about me, my family has always told me that since I was a baby, like since I could walk, since I could like put things on, like I would walk around the house with a towel on my head, like I wanted to wear my mom's high heels.
Oh, so you had the traits.
Yeah, since I was young. Now they never forced it on me, and they never said like, oh, he's gay, but they just always knew. So like I never really had to come out to my family. It was like they already knew and they were already fine with it. And I'm fortunate because a lot of people from our community, they don't get that leisure. They don't get that luxury, I should say, of not having to come out. Or even if they do, they don't get the luxury of having family that accepts them 100% for who they are.
Now or as before?
Even now, I see it because
it's more accepted now than it's before, though?
it is. It's more accepted generally, but when you have a kid, I think it's a little bit different and it becomes a little bit more personal. Yeah, like as a dad, like if you're a dad, like it's gonna hurt you. Like if your son is like, I'm gay, like that's gonna hurt you because it could potentially change the dynamic of your relationship, especially if he's not like a masculine boy. You know what I mean?
Ooh, yes.
So like dads, they like to like do certain masculine things with their sons. Yeah. You know what I mean? That you might miss out on. So it might hurt you a little bit. And my mom, like she was super fucked up about it. Like there was times that I would hear her crying about it. And I remember one day I got home from school. And she brought me into the kitchen. She was cooking dinner. And she was just, like, crying. And she was like...
What, about, like, you finding out you're gay?
Not finding out, but me confirming it. Like, I don't think she wanted to hear it.
She didn't want to hear it. Okay.
I don't think she wanted to hear it at all. My mother grew up, like, I'm the only gay person in my family. Like, gay man. I'm the only gay man. And I have a cousin who's lesbian. But I'm the only gay boy.
Do you think for, like, women it's not really upon in a sense.
It's not.
I agree with that. I agree with you. I don't think it's.
Do you feel like at that point, just like that's what society normalizes in the sense of like they find that to be more taboo in the sense of like women being gay or lesbian or whatever the case.
It's sexy. It's sexy to men.
So then that's what they that's why.
You damn right. I like seeing two women kiss. That's what it is.
Yeah, so you think it's because society normalizes like girls being, I guess, gay or lesbian as more taboo as opposed to men?
Yes. And I learned that because I was supposed to go to Greece for my birthday this year.
Damn.
And I was looking up like the laws because I didn't want to go there and get arrested or no shit like that because
Why?
certain
Because
countries.
of the way you are?
Yeah, because certain countries
Is that
you
a
go to
thing?
jail.
Is that a thing?
In certain countries in like Africa.
Like fucking like Gaza or Gaza or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you're gay, you go to jail?
Based off of religion, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I think Russia too, right?
What the fuck?
I think Russia banned it.
I'm just
Yeah,
learning that.
Russia banned transgenderism. Yeah,
Oh,
Russia
okay.
banned transgenderism. But I was looking up, Greece. I was looking up their laws just to make sure I wasn't getting myself into no shit before we went. And I was looking, and it said that homosexuality just was recently legalized in Greece.
Okay.
And then I looked below it, and it says lesbianism has always been legal. So
What's the difference?
Lesbianism more for a girl, right?
No, I know the difference, but like, what's the difference if like, you know what I
it's
mean?
all homosexuality. But the difference is that the patriarchy upholds, again, that taboo sense of women on women is sexy. So because strong, powerful white men like that shit, they don't care about it, basically.
That's so corny to me, bro. That shit is corny.
Socially acceptable.
Yeah, socially acceptable.
Yeah.
Also in the sense of what makes money and stuff like that too. Like it's in the sense of like strip clubs and stuff like that. Like stuff like that's crazy.
Right.
I would say, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And you see girls in strip clubs, depending on what strip clubs you go to, bumping their coochies together and, being super nasty. You know what I mean? Like, and and this is not in any way for me to talk shit about the lesbian community and, and their right to, and the fact that they have that right. And I'm happy for them that they don't have to go through what we go through as gay men. But at the same time, I think that it's important that we understand that another thing that kind of brought a lot of hate down on homosexuality is religion. So religion has really done its number on homosexuals. And what always got me about homosexuality is, you have people telling people like me, you can't be like you. But you're like, you're raping little boys in churches and shit. You know what I mean? And you're touching on little boys and you're, what's that called?
Rapist?
No.
That's what it is, bro.
Yeah, I don't know the word, but it always kills me. And the craziest part about it all,
Pedophile?
huh? Yeah,
Pedophile?
pedophilia. You know what I mean? A bunch of pedophilia.
Bro, I said pedophiles.
Yeah, but it is. It's kind of like a smoke screen. You know what I mean? For like people who want to touch little boys in the church. It's like, yeah, you can't do this. This is terrible. And because I believe that, and I told everybody that I believe that, there's no way that I could be doing that. You know what I mean? Because I said it, but you're doing it.
Yeah.
So religion has done its number as well. And I mean, it's going to take a long time to redo some of the bullshit that we've created as human beings. Because there's so many constructs that we just created that really have no place, you know what I mean, amongst us as human beings.
So you don't ever feel like uncomfortable walking in certain places? This is more of a deeper like question. Like, you don't ever feel uncomfortable, or you're just yourself. Like, I bet this is me. I'm walking here comfortable as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kudos to you, motherfucker. That's
I do.
Kudos to you.
I do. Like, I really do.
I respect that 110%, brother.
And I do, one, because number one, and this isn't for anybody to agree with, just because I know I look good. So I know that I don't do anything that looks like crazy. So even if you don't think I should be doing it, that doesn't mean it doesn't look good on me. It just means you don't think I should be doing it.
I'm not talking like a physical appearance. I'm talking about like mental wise. Like, you don't
No,
ever
but
be like,
that's what I'm saying.
You don't ever like second guess like, all right, like, should I not walk in this spot?
If she feels, it's like this term. You look good.
Okay, my bad. This is why he's a co-host too. It's my nigga.
No, but seriously.
He picks on my dumbness.
But that's the thing. Exactly. When you look good, you feel good.
Okay.
You
Like
know
when you
what
get
I
a
mean?
haircut, I feel sexy as fuck. I'm ready to go out.
When I walk into a spot, like, I know I look good, so I know that nobody's really worried about how I look. They're more worried about what I should be doing. You know what I mean? This is what he should be doing.
At that point, that's opinion.
yeah, that's your opinion. You know what I mean? And everybody has their opinion, and you're entitled to that.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, that's why I walk in with my head held high, because you can't say anything about how I look because I look good. But you can say, oh, he shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Why is he doing that?
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? And that's the shit that I laugh at, because it's like, who are you to tell me what I should and what I shouldn't do?
Gangsta.
Who are you, period? You know what I mean? And that's how I think about it. Like, you are in the same spot that I'm in. You are in no better position than me to tell me absolutely anything about who or what I should do.
That's real. I like that. But we're coming to a closing. First and foremost, I want to thank you.
Absolutely,
for
thank
coming.
you.
And this is your first podcast. How do you feel? How was it? How do you feel of your first podcast? And hopefully you could get to be on more after this.
Yes, absolutely. It was
I feel like
dope.
we set the tone. We set the tone for sure.
Do you have any like messages and stuff like that for people?
Yeah, like what's a message?
This is what I will say, and again, this is not me bashing anybody's religion. Like I said, whatever you want to believe in.
Only in the religion aspect, or do you feel like
No, but I have a specific word for, because I think that it's a huge contradiction, and on the homosexuals part, you cannot, and I know a lot of homosexual Christians are going to hate me. You cannot be homosexual, which means you are proud, right? Because that's what we represent. We represent pride. Pride is what we are. We are proud of who we are, right? You cannot be proud of who you are and at the same time repent for your sins every time you have sex with a man. Every time you think about having sex with a man, right? Because in the Bible it says that what? The thoughts are just as powerful as the actions, right? So at the end of the day, if you are proud of who you are, then be proud of who you are. You can't play both sides. And if there's anything, because I used to be a strong Christian, and I was actually baptized years ago, and I used to read my Bible. I know my Bible better than most straight people, actually. And you cannot play God. So you are either going to be proud of who you are and you're going to stand in who you are, or you are going to walk in Christ. But God knows which one you're doing. And if you choose to be proud of who you are, understand that you can't walk in Christ, because being proud of who you are goes against what's in the scripture, what's in the word. And it says that men shall not sleep with men. As long as we can, as homosexuals, because this is what divides our community a lot, is religion. That's why I wanted to speak on it. When we can finally come to that understanding that you cannot be both. You cannot be a Christian and be homosexual. No matter how much they try to tell you it's okay and that you're accepted. Yes, it's accepted as long as you are trying to change being homosexual.
So they contradict each other.
Right. But really be proud of who you are, because what you're doing is you're messing up your head and you're splitting your cognitive thoughts. You know what I mean?
You start being a product of your environment, and if your environment is constantly trying to ridicule what you're doing, then obviously
Now,
comes a sense of, I guess, what would you say, like delusion of what you should do?
exactly. It's delusion, because you can't do both. Yeah. Unless you're trying to change your ways and walk in Christ, you can't do both. But the biggest message that I have is for, obviously, my young LGBT people out there, is always be proud of who you are. You know what I mean? Because remember that a lot of the stuff that we follow today is made up. It's all made up. Somebody said that this is how it should be, so this is how it's been. But things, just because something has always been doesn't mean that's how it always should be. And I think that we are making strides as a community and getting people to understand us and getting people to, be more tolerant of our lifestyles. But remember that we as homosexual people, we have strong personalities. Make sure that you're not, pushing yourself onto people, because it can be very easy to do stuff like that. And this doesn't only have to do with being homosexual, but since I'm talking to my community, Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You're loved, and you don't have to fight for love. You don't have to make people love you or try to get people to love you or try to convince people to love you. Just continue being yourself, and people will just naturally love you. The people in your life will just naturally come. And yeah, that's what I really have to say.
That was deep. That was dope.
I have one question too. Like even things is like.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. You got action.
You said what?
You plan on having kids eventually?
Yeah.
Brian, before you answer, Brian asked if he plans on having kids. Okay.
I do. So actually, I'm gonna segue.
2 questions today. Yeah,
okay. So I'm gonna segue and then I'm gonna come back, right? So there was a trans woman that was just recently in the Planet Fitness bathroom, and she didn't. well, how do I say this?
Like,
Yeah, basically, she didn't look like a woman in any aspect, right? It didn't even look like she was trying to transition. She looked like a straight man. And she had her like penis out, and she was in the woman's bathroom, not out, but it was like bulging out of whatever, I guess, garment she had on. And there was a little girl in the bathroom, and there was this woman, and she was like, you shouldn't be in here because like you're not a woman, like in any way. And she was actually saying like, I support trans women, but this is not a trans woman. This is obviously a man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's absolutely no effort into even trying to conform to, I guess, the ideals of womanhood. Now, I want kids. And me even being in the LGBTQIA plus community, if I am blessed to have a girl, and I see the woman that was in the bathroom, whether it is a biological woman or a trans woman, I'm going to have some questions of my own. Because why are you in this bathroom with my daughter?
Wait. So it was a trans that...
There's a guy transition into a woman.
And
Yes.
he was in the woman's bathroom.
And he was in the woman. She was in the
I
woman's
have
bathroom.
a problem with that. I'm sorry. I have a problem with that. That's,
Me too.
That's not okay.
Me too.
That's
So
not okay.
I feel like personally, see, I don't ever, even when I'm dressed up and doing what I'm doing, I don't ever go into like public bathrooms, like public women bathrooms. So if I'm like
so
at an
you
airport,
don't go. So you go straight to the men's bathroom then.
yeah, I go into the
Okay,
men's bathroom.
okay.
Like usually when I'm in public, I'm not like that. Now nightlife, like when I'm outside, like I'm going to the club and stuff, yeah, because it's a different dynamic, right? The women don't care. The women half the time they're so drunk,
Yeah.
and they don't. Right. Everybody's drunk and having a good time. Nobody really cares. So it's and there's no kids. See, I'm huge on kids. I
110%,
no.
you
I don't play that shit. So I did have a problem, even though she, identified as trans, because first of all, how are your penis isn't even tucked, but you're saying that you're a trans.
Wait, but you're in the woman bathroom at the same time?
No, I wasn't there. This is something that went viral.
Okay.
Yeah, this is something that went viral over the past week, and the woman had a huge problem with it, and everybody was like jumping down her throat from the LGBTQIA plus community, and I was like, I was like, she's absolutely correct, because me thinking like as a parent myself, if my daughter was in the bathroom and you are in the bathroom with her, I'm gonna have a fucking problem too.
Bro got Speedos on his cock show, and I'm like, nigga, like, what are you doing?
Like, what are you doing? You need to get the fuck out.
It's different from like, going against LGBTQ, but then also noticing that, all right, this is my kid, and you have this bulging out in a woman's bathroom is like.
I think more in the sense of taking advantage of things that you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Get granted. In a sense.
I feel like some people just take advantage of it.
Right.
So you know what I mean, like.
And the thing is, yes, I am absolutely for the rights of LGBTQIA plus people. However, I am also against us thinking that we can just do whatever we want because of the liberties that we have been given. There needs to be a precedent set, right? A standard that is set when it comes to these kind of things. And whatever we agree on as a society, right? Because it has to be all of us. It can't just be the LGBTQIA plus community deciding things like this. We all need to come to a common precedent, right? That says if this is what we're going to accept, if we're going to accept it at all, then this is the standard you need to meet in order to be in the woman's bathroom.
For sure, bro.
And that's how we collaboratively get through this, because obviously this is becoming a huge thing, right? People are talking about this shit more and more every day.
Yeah.
Transgenderism and, biological women. And the thing is, we need to sit down as a whole and say, okay, well, what can we collaborate on to make it an effective transition for everybody? Because we know trans women aren't going anywhere, right? Yeah. And we know that biological women aren't going anywhere. So how can they coexist? My biggest question is, why is it never a problem and this is my question to you guys.
All right, hold on. Let me prepare myself.
Right. Because
prepare.
Just like trans women exist, trans men exist too.
Okay.
So trans men are women, biological women, who transition into men, right?
Okay.
Why don't you guys have the same issues with trans men or why do you think?
I think I know where you're going with that.
Why? And this is just a question, and I just really want to pick your brains because I've never gotten to talk to heterosexual men about this before. Why do you think you guys do not have a problem with the existence of trans men the way that a lot of biological women have a problem with the existence of trans women?
So in layman's terms,
in a sense of
in layman's terms, in a sense, you mean of like man transitioning to a woman and then us not being comfortable with
that
in the sense of a
man transitioning to a woman.
But hold on, time out. Man turning into a woman. We're comfortable, but we're not, like, let's say in layman terms, we're comfortable with that, but we're not comfortable with a woman turning into a man.
No, why are you guys so comfortable with women living in the construct?
Yeah, so she's talking about
women living in the construct.
Yeah, so we're talking about like, all right, we're comfortable, but we're not comfortable with a man turning into a woman that looks exactly like a woman. Obviously, if it's trans.
No, even if they look like a man, just period, just trans men in general, right? So men have. A lot of you guys have strong relationships with lesbian women who are studs, right? Who are super masculine.
Oh, okay.
Who are,
sense, but as in the sense of a guy being like, okay. I know.
Wait. Let me rephrase it.
Yeah.
With less words.
It's all new to me. No,
yes,
it's all new to me, bro. Like,
absolutely.
So it's a question I've never been asked before, so you gotta break it down for me.
All right, so trans women are men who are transitioning into women.
Correct.
Trans men are men who are transitioning. Trans men are women. Sorry, I get fucked up too.
You fucking me up.
All right.
Wait.
Trans
Bro,
women. Stop. Okay, trans men.
Okay.
Are women who are transitioning into men.
Okay.
Because that's the end result. Okay,
There's a huge uproar right now amongst biological women and trans women. How come men, or how come you guys don't have the same issue, or why do you think you guys don't have the same issue with women who transition into being men?
Do you want to elaborate? What's the uproar about? Like, what's the conversation?
Yeah, like what's the conflict? What's the conflict?
Where are they coming from?
What's the conflict?
Yeah, so the conflict, the controversy that I'm hearing, at least when I go through the popular pages and their comments, is you see things like, you'll never be me, you're a prosthetic, you want to be me so bad, biological girls saying this to trans women. How come you guys feel like you don't have the same anger, animosity towards trans men?
All right, so let me break that.
I understand what you meant now, because biological women are getting mad about men turning into women because they're like, okay, you're not
me,
really a girl,
this, that, and third.
All prosthetic, whatever, fake, this and that.
My bad, bro. We gotta talk. My bad, bro.
How come men?
Go ahead. He gotta bring it down to me.
How come men are mad about turning into men? Like, why aren't we getting mad?
Why are?
Yeah, he got it.
Yes,
he got it.
Biological men. Why aren't they getting mad about women turning into men, but biological women are getting mad about men turning into women? That. What the fuck?
Why are we getting mad? No, bro. Why are women getting
mad? Okay, so biological women.
I'm so sorry.
Are getting mad about men turning into women.
All right, biological women are getting mad.
You know what? Let me answer this.
Okay, yeah.
Nah, fucking.
Well, I think in a sense for women, why I think women get mad, because I'm gonna give it from 2 point of view. So I think. For women, I think it's more so in a sense of pride, more a sense of ego, in a sense of arrogance. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
As to why, because more likely, and I only speak so in the sense of because of hormones and stuff like this, as to why jealousy could come in the sense of, okay, you're coming into like this space, this and that. As to, I think men, we don't really put too much attention to that. I don't know if that makes sense. So like, I'm not saying there's no arrogance or ego or this and that. But I think we kind of don't really put too much into mind as opposed to women. I feel like women are more minuscule on certain things that they focus on. Like, may it be like, you could even say the same thing. Or probably from, let's say, your girls or whatever. A girl could be walking and be like, yo, why does bitch got the same dress as me? Or why does bitch got the same shoes as me? And I guess you could kind of translate or kind of have a leeway into like, okay, why does this guy want to be a girl? You know what I mean? In the sense of like, I kind of want to say overbearing, in a sense of feeling like you're getting, I don't know, attention taken or whatever the case may be. But does that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like most of the things that you mentioned were like superficial things.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
So like exactly, outwardly things. So like, why does this man think that he can come into my space and wear the dresses I wear and do the things that I do? But it's more all superficial. Okay. Yeah.
And I feel like that's how sometimes women could be wired. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've heard that so many times from like, from people like, or like, let's say TV shows or from websites or whatever, like, yo, this person's copying what I'm wearing. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are like that too. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm not saying exactly it's like that, but for men, we don't really put too much to mind as things like that. Like Izzy could be wearing Chelsea boots and I'm wearing Chelsea boots. It don't matter to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like for women, it's a little, they're wired a little bit.
I agree with that.
Women are more wired to kind of have more care about the more minuscule and superficial things like you just mentioned. You know what I mean?
I feel like women are more judgmental of other women. I feel like women are more judgmental of other women.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like men don't really care.
Yeah, men don't really care. Like,
yeah, for sure. I think because
like I could look at a man in the gym. He's 10 times bigger than me. I'm like, damn, that's motivating me. Right. A woman look at a woman that has a bigger butt there. I'm like, damn, like, why does she have a bigger butt than me?
Right. I'm not bringing my man here because he's gonna see her butt.
Yeah. exactly. Shit like that. So I agree. Thank you for breaking it down.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I think a lot of the things that you guys said came to my same conclusion because a lot of times people mistake me as transgender. They think that I'm transgender. I am not. Because I know a lot of people have been wondering. I've had people come up to me in the awkwardest of places and they're like, I don't really know how to identify you.
Are you trans?
Yeah, like, are you?
Stop and shop.
They're like, right. It's like,
bro, sticking his shit.
Are you a he? Are you a she? Like, how should I? First of all, my fucking name is Vo. That's my name.
Gangsta.
You don't need my pronouns. There is absolutely not one thing on the face of the earth that you need my pronouns to explain about me.
Does that ever cringe you out in the sense of people like trying to, I guess, post about their pronouns and stuff like that? Like, is there a significance about that, or like?
Well, the thing about me
you out in that sense too?
Is that I don't conform to any kind of gender at all. So I don't care about man this or woman this or they, their, them this or trans this or I literally do not conform to gender. And your name, right? My name is, my fucking name is Vo, and that's what you can refer to me as if you have a question. There's nothing that there's really nothing you need my pronouns for. The only person that needs my pronouns is my doctor and whoever I'm fucking.
Yeah, because that's funny. It was funny because I was going to ask a question, like, what do you like being, like, does it bother you to be somebody coming to you, like, are you a she? Like, that was,
it's happened.
But you already, he already answered that, you know what I mean? Like,
too, like, I think regardless though, that should come down to just a level of respect of what's your name. You know?
Yeah, it should be like, yo, what's your name?
I feel like that would be the more mature.
Like I feel like if somebody knowingly knows, like let's say if I see somebody in public and I don't know, no disrespect, like what they are type
what
shit.
What they identify as.
Exactly. I'm like, what's your name? You know what I mean? Like if I knowingly know that, I'm like, all right, what's your name? And then I'll get into that conversation later.
Just reading the room because at the end of the
day,
at the end of the day, me knowing what's your gender doesn't do nothing.
Like I'm not gonna walk up to you like, yo, are you a he or she?
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna do that. I feel like that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know
but
what I mean?
But then again, that conversation only comes up for feminine males. Though that conversation, you never see somebody go up to a dyke and be like, and sorry for the derogatory term, but you never see somebody go up to a woman that's dressed like a, like a dude and be like, are you a dude or are you a girl? Like, you know what I mean? You never see that. Obviously, she's a fucking girl, but do you want to know her name? Like, what's the purpose of you even coming up to her and asking her that?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Up to somebody like that, you interested? Put it like that.
Exactly. Like, literally, I remember I was in the fucking strip club, and somebody came up to me, and we were having a conversation, and they were trying to talk to me, and they were like, he, her, like, what? My name is Vo. You know what I mean? That's my name.
His name's fucking Vo.
How you fucking doing? That's what it really all boils down to. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that simple.
I hope you got a better understanding from a man perspective.
I did. That was definitely like, but the thing is, I kind of already knew that. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It was just more of hearing it from heterosexual men. Yeah. So I didn't feel like I was tripping. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Because most of the things that women try to like degrade trans women for and say they're not women for, some women don't even live up to. Like, you can't have kids. Well, there's a lot of women that cannot have kids. Are they not women because they can't have kids? Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's why I wanted to kind of hear from
for sure.
Any other questions you have or stuff like that you come upon?
Yeah, before we end off, any question you have or anything you want to say, this is honestly, this is really big for us in general, for having you on, just especially for the community itself. And that was really my main message today, is to get you on and show that me and Brian could show love to the LGBTQ community. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I got a couple of letters.
And I'm super.
Did I? Fuck.
You said I, right?
No, I said LGBTQ.
IA plus.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right, come on.
That's
sucked.
the alphabet
come
community.
on, dude.
We are the alphabet community.
Yo, you can smoke my shit. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
That was a fake.
Say my eyebrows off or something.
No, but I do want to thank you though for having me because I think that conversations like this need to happen more often.
Of course.
But because of people's own aversions to who we are as people, they avoid it. And that's a huge reason, especially adults. Like, we're adults and we should have emotional intelligence, right? Yeah. We should be emotionally intelligent enough to have these conversations and come to the table and talk about this stuff so that we have a better understanding of each other. Yeah. Because there are so many things that have been set to separate us as people.
Yes.
So being that we know that, we have to do better. And we have to come together in open forums and agree to disagree. Even if we agree to disagree, we still took that step to come together and try to unite again. And that's what the people need. We need unity. And we're so separated on so many different levels, not just with homosexuality, but on so many different levels.
Sure. It could be sexuality, it could be religion, it
Doesn't
could be
matter.
Everything.
You're no different than us, bro. We're all human.
No, yeah.
Exactly.
That's how
We're
I'm looking at you right now. We're all human, bro. Like, I'm gonna respect you how I respect
it's
everybody
in the
else.
sense of like just having mutual understanding of whatever people stand on, but then at the same time, like, I don't think nothing ever has to go to an extent where like you have to voice your opinion. I think anybody's opinion doesn't matter at the end of the day. You know what I mean, everybody has their own stuff, whatever they're doing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like that's why for me, I feel like it's never really a problem. Like it's never been a problem for me. Like one of my girl's best friends is gay and he's super cool. I'm fucking mad cool with him.
Yeah,
and
my
I
family
feel like
members,
I'll be like, yo, that's my.
Yeah, and I always,
my
I
people.
can I be real with you?
That's my
Can I be
bitch.
real with you? Like, I always, and honestly,
And
like
it's funny 'cause
personally,
dude, he's super cool.
Yeah,
Yo,
exactly.
Shout out to Javi.
shout out to
yo.
Javi.
Yeah.
Personally, like, gay people are fucking
Yeah,
cool,
nah,
bro. Like,
yeah,
they're awesome.
for real.
Like,
Yeah,
especially if they know that you're straight and you
Yeah.
connect on level like, all right, bet like we could act like two niggas together. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
And that's super important.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
why I say.
Like when you know your boundaries is different, like, all right, bet like I could vibe with you type shit. You know what I mean?
Don't push yourself on people. And to all the straight people in the world.
Saying that too, because I think that's what a lot of people maybe kind of have like a
problem with
contradicting feeling of like, oh, are they gonna try to do this to me or are they gonna try to like push on? And I think and I respect that obviously you don't have to, but at the end of the day, you doing that just shows like a lot of maturity and just a sense of like just having knowledge to be like, okay, you know.
But to piggyback, and I know you have to be somewhere, so but
Nah,
to
nah,
piggyback,
bro, he's going to the club,
Bro.
bro. You don't gotta go. Yo,
Time out. Wait, time out. Cordell's birthday today. Shout out to Cordell. Happy birthday, brother. No, we have reservation. We have reservation. You was late, bro. Come on. Come on, I know he's late. Like, tell me something. Tell me something I don't know. Tell me something I don't know. But go ahead, continue your conversation, bro.
No.
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
motherfucker got reservations at Chili's, yo.
This is what we go through.
You see, but that's the thing. Guys can do stuff like that, but girls can't. If you just would have told, if a girl would have been like, your man's taking you to Chili's for a reservation, she would be so fucking pissed. She would fucking unfriend that bitch so fast. Like, bitch, you just told everybody that my man's taking me to fucking Chili's.
Shit.
I don't give a fuck. Chili's is good as fuck. Okay, and then
drinks is fire,
margaritas, them $6 margaritas.
I ain't just somebody just go to Chili's, nigga. You stupid.
But in that case where you're like, people are, and let's be honest, it's a lot of men that are more worried about like how gay men are going to treat them. I think that's a clear reflection of how they treat women. So if you think that a gay man is going to come into the club or anywhere and try to like degrade you, that's probably because you degrade women. And maybe you need to reflect on yourself to see why you feel that way. I'm not saying that that's the case for every man, but a lot it is. And I see the men that have the most problems with gays do not know how to treat women.
100%, and being comfortable. Would you say being comfortable with themselves in the sense of like confident on what they're on
what they want? Exactly. Yeah. I think that the conversation about sexuality is not had enough, and so a lot of guys grow up. And I'm not saying, and this is not me saying at all that every man is gay. I do not believe that. What I believe is that sex is fluid, and and as people, we are all visual beings. So what we see attracts us. It is not until you take that step to have sex with a man, that you are gay. That is super important because you have men out here not washing between their ass cheeks because the world said it's gay for you to wash your ass as a man. Like, and men are walking around here like, I don't fucking wash between my ass cheeks. I'm a super fucking man. No, you're fucking super dirty. Go wash your ass, please. You know what I mean? But seriously, wash your ass. It's okay. You're not gay until you have sex with a man or a male, excuse me. Like, and I think that we need to start talking about, like I said, talking about it more and just letting people know that it's if we can let little girls know that it's okay to explore your sexuality. If girls can be like, today I love pussy and tomorrow I'm pregnant with fucking twins, right? Yeah. If they can do that, then why can't boys? Yeah. And that's all. That's the biggest argument. And it's a double standard. It's a double standard that we have in our society. But it also is a reason why a lot of our men in both the Hispanic and the black community are super hyper masculine, because they keep thinking that they have to defend their sexuality and their sexual preferences. And that's because they don't know about sexuality and nobody is talking to them about it. So we need to start talking to them about it more and forget as parents about our own aversions to how we feel and educating our children so that they don't go into the world unaware and not, you know, uninformed, you know what I mean? And then your son, he's grown, he goes into the club and he sees somebody like me and he doesn't know what the fuck to do. And that's because you didn't teach your kid. Teach your fucking kids. You know what I mean? When I have kids, I'm going to teach my kids, hey, there's going to be people in the world that look like this. There's going to be people in the world that look like that. This is what this is. This is what that is, right? Because that's the job of a fucking parent.
So like, if you don't want to answer this, by all means don't. So you think when you have kids, would you want them to go down their own route, or would you teach them the way of, you know, how you grew up?
I want my kids to be individuals. So I want my kids, I would never force anything on my kid.
They just let it be fluid type stuff?
Yeah.
I'm not going to let my kid, and I take a strong stance on this. I'm not going to let my kid make permanent decisions at a young age.
Yeah.
Gangster, yeah, for
sure. At all.
What would that mean, though? Would you say, like little things is, like, if you had a boy and he was just messing around with, like, makeup at, like, 4 years old, like, would you let him or no?
In the house? Yeah. In the house. Okay. You're not going out in public like that, though. Okay. And it's not because it's more of a protecting thing. It's not because I'm scared that it is because I'm scared that you'll be ridiculed. Mm-hmm. I'm scared that you will have to go through a lot of the things that I went through. But it's more that I don't want people labeling my kid before my kid is old enough to decide that for himself. So just because my kid wants to play with Barbie dolls, or he wants to, first of all, I grew up with a shit ton of cousins who were all boys. We all played with Barbie dolls. I'm the only one that came out gay, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? I'm the only one that came out gay. So I don't. But if me and my cousins would have went into the street playing with those Barbie dolls, everybody would have labeled us. Yeah, even exactly. My cousins that weren't gay. Oh, they're gonna. Why are they letting them play with them Barbie dolls? That's for girls. You know what I mean? So yeah, I want my kids to be able to do whatever they want in the house. But when they go outside, I just want them to be kids. In my house, I want them to be kids too, but I want them to understand that outside of here,
it's crucial.
It's crucial, and it's yes.
In a sense, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
People are very judgmental outside the house.
Yeah, it is very judgmental, and that leads to depression. Kids. We have a spike in the suicide rates of children, teenagers. You know what I mean? Adolescents. Excuse me. And it's because we are not teaching our kids about the reality of the world. We keep trying to shield our kids from our own aversions that we are afraid of instead of teaching them. And so they're going out into this world blind, and then they're kind of attacked from all sides. They don't know how to handle it. So we got to start teaching our children.
That's deep, brother, for sure. So that's real deep as well.
Do you have anything for, like, heterosexuals? How we could be more understanding or something like that to make you guys feel more comfortable for homosexuals?
Yeah. Just because a gay is in the room does not necessarily mean he wants every man in the room. Calm the fuck down. Because you meet your match with me. Because 9 times out of 10, I don't want nobody in the fucking room. And I'm waiting to go home to my nigga. Okay? So you have to be careful with that. But again, men think that way about gays because when they walk in a room, they think every bitch in here wants me. I'm the finest nigga in here. I could take any bitch I want, right? They have that mentality. Not all of you. Yeah. Some of you are super respectful.
It's crazy because I've had gays come up to me and try to spit game, but obviously out of my respect for turn them down. Like, yo, bro, like I don't go that way. You know what I mean? And it what bothers me is the point where they keep trying. That's where it gets me, man.
Because that's pushing yourself on somebody.
So that's where I have a problem with
anybody
the
would.
situation.
Anybody
is
would. That can even be in any way. It doesn't have to be only with.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like if I'm telling you like, bro, I'm straight, like I'm good, like
calm the fuck down.
Calm down. You know what I mean? Like
move aside. I'm trying to look at her right here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, but it's a point where they keep pushing it. Like,
yeah, for real.
There's just one time that some gay kid touched my chin like on some cute, like on some like trying to be cute. I'm like, bro,
I was there.
Nah, it was I was in New York actually. I was in New York with my cousin and we was at a bar. And New York city don't sleep. So we were out 3-4 in the morning partying. And I'm chilling and some gay kid comes like goes like this. I'm like and mind you, I'm drunk. I'm like nigga, straight up I'm like, nigga, you good? Like what are you doing? I didn't know he was gay at the moment. I'm like, are you good? You feel me? And he's like, are you cute? And I'm like, bro, like, and I'm assuming he's drunk as fuck.
That nigga's wild.
He's drunk. I'm assuming he's drunk as fuck. So he on some like timing. He trying. So I'm I'm with Enrique. So you know what I mean. I'm with Enrique. Shout out to because I miss you. And he's looking at me like, bro, chill, like, I'm like, bro, like this nigga's touching me. You feel me? And he stated that because he would know more than me.
Yeah.
Obviously, because he is a masculine gay man.
Right.
So he would know more of a masculine gay man than me.
Right.
This nigga look like a straight fucking nigga. I'm like, all right, like, you trying to fight, nigga? Like, what you doing touching me? You feel me? So that's the situation. And I calmed down a little bit because obviously I gotta understand the situation. He finds me attractive, fine. But it's like, bro, like, I don't go that way. Like, just don't touch me, bro. Like, I was aggressive, but like, bro, like, you can't be doing that. You feel me? And he respected that. So, but the problem is with me, like I said, when they keep pushing it, because that wasn't his first time that night.
Right, but he didn't really respect it. If he grabbed your chin, you already knew you.
So I should have wait. So I should have wait. So I should have. Fuck this. Yo, fuck this. He shows up late. He shows up late and talks about my goatee, bro. Yo, bro, that's funny, cuz. Yo, fuck y'all, bro. Fuck y'all, bro.
Brian, you are a piece of shit. Oh my God.
Yo, I get this all the time.
No, but that's wrong. But that's called personal space.
So I should have punched him or something. That's what you saying? I should have punched him. Like
no,
like,
I think you handle it better than a lot of men would have handled it.
Wait. Time out. Fuck you.
That shit was fucking hilarious. I think you handle it better than a lot of men would have handled it. I think you handle it better than I would have handled it, and I'm gay. I don't like people fucking touching me. I do not give a fuck.
That got me tight. I don't like
even if it's a guy, and because there's been times that guys have came up to me in clubs and shit, and they touch me. Yeah. Do not fucking touch me. I do not like being touched. Germs, fucking germs. COVID is still fucking alive. 6 fucking feet, bitch. COVID is still alive. So you definitely handled it better than a lot of people. It just comes down to personal space. It doesn't matter if you're gay, if you're straight, if you're left, if you're right, diagonal. Like at the end of the day,
what the fuck?
At the end of the fucking day, don't touch people who don't want to be touched. And especially if you already know that it's gonna be a problem, because then if you would have been a different kind of man and you would have whooped his ass, or you would have shot him, because in cases like that, people get shot. You know what I mean? Now we're crying about it on social media. When what we could have done was just stay respectful from the beginning.
So yeah, should have punched him. It's like I'm fucking with you. But again, I'm sorry, fellas. We went longer than expected. Yeah. It was a good conversation though, so I fuck with that.
Last question.
No, shut the fuck. Wait, there is one more question. Who the fuck are you talking about? Who the fuck are you? Time out. So Bo stated. So he stated. He fucked one of my. So time out. First of all, none of my friends are gay.
No, so none of your friends are gay.
Okay, so okay.
You can sleep. You can sleep. You can sleep at night tonight. You can go home and sleep at night tonight.
So was it somebody? Was it somebody in my circle?
No. It was literally just fun. It was just all for fun.
Yo, we'll
I got scared.
Huh?
We'll beep anything out.
No, I don't trust you.
Nah, we'll cut off.
Cliffhanger,
Yeah,
like a
cliffhanger.
cliffhanger.
Because we post some clickbait.
And
So by the way, the clickbait is like out of pocket, like an out of pocket post. So
Like we said,
That's
what
fine.
does Tone do in jail?
we're gonna be like he fucked who?
that's perfectly fine. and for whoever had a problem with me being on the podcast today, let me tell you something.
Do people actually have problems?
Yeah, no.
For whoever had
I'll
a
tell you later, I'll tell you
problem with me
tell you
being
later.
on the Off the Clock podcast today,
Let him know, motherfucker.
you need to reflect. You need to sit. You need to reflect with yourself because there's something in you, and I don't know. Maybe if something happened to you when you were a kid, I don't know what
got
is
piped.
going on. I don't know your history. I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah, for sure.
But you should give a fuck enough to sit down and figure out what's going on in your life, so you don't walk around being a fucked up individual, because that doesn't get you far. Take it from me. I have experience with being a fucked up individual, and I had to change my ways in order for me to progress. So in this world, there's gonna be a lot that you disagree with. There's gonna be a lot that you don't fuck with, and that's perfectly fine. Just understand that your opinion does not matter. It doesn't matter. If your opinion mattered, there would be no more gays. If your opinion mattered, there would be no more trans. Your opinion doesn't matter. So keep it to yourself and fuck you.
Gangster. Thank you again for obviously investing your time
Yeah,
into
no,
us. Very
my
big.
apologies as well for coming in late.
Say fuck this
Nah,
nigga. Fuck this
nigga.
nigga.
My girl, but
I mentioned that you had some family business. So
No, I respect
we
that.
respected it for sure. So, but you still came. That's what matters. That you showed up. Got some good talks in.
Yes, I appreciate the fact that you guys didn't ask me about niggas the whole entire motherfucking that
Did
you
I?
didn't.
We didn't.
That you didn't.
Wait, I
ask
didn't
me.
ask about who.
Niggas.
So what's good with the niggas?
Like who?
I'm fucking with you.
No,
I'm
honestly, and I guess this will be my closing thing because
Alright.
this is also a message too. I'm not with outing culture, and outing culture in the gay community is like you fuck with a man who's not obviously out, and then you expose them. I'm not with that. It's very dangerous, not only for you but for the person. You know what I mean?
I spoke to you about it before the pod too. Like
That can be very, very dangerous. People take their lives for stuff like that all the time.
For sure.
You know what I mean? A lot of straight men. What did he say?
I need the conflict.
No, seriously.
No, I respect. That's respectful.
Yeah, a lot of straight men, their livelihoods depend on them being heterosexual. So like, it's important for them to.
Guess
do
what?
that.
Once all this shit cuts off, I'm gonna need a name.
This motherfucker. I did not fuck any of your friends. You guys are like fucking 22 and 21.
And you're how old?
27.
Damn!
Bitch, fuck.
All right, guys. EB28 on the Clock Podcast. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
It was great rocking with y'all, for real, for real.